Dear viewers, thank you once again for tuning to this channel. And today I want to start my presentation with a question. What comes to people's mind when your name is mentioned? Have you ever taken time to pay attention on what exactly people come to hear when your name is mentioned? Because if your name is mentioned and nothing comes in people's mind, then it means you have not worked on yourself hard enough. So today I want us to look at the power of focus. In my earlier video, there's something I shared on one of the keys to becoming an effective person or becoming a successful person, and that key was clarity. Those people who get what they desire in life have clarity. Most of us end up regretting the life we have lived. We end up punishing ourselves, but in the first place, we didn't know exactly what we wanted. So the big question is, once you have the clarity, you must be able to focus on that one thing that you are willing to give your all. We are living in a very distracted world where we are living in a technological world. Technology is such a good thing, but if it is not watched, if you cannot intelligently manage your attention, then you will have a problem, because at the end of the day, you may realize that the whole day you have just spent it distracted. And they say, addiction to distraction is the death of your creative production. So anytime you wake up and every now and then you're distracted, then your ability to produce is going to slowly die. There is one thing that defines this high performance person. The trademark of highly successful people is focus. The ability to focus amidst distraction is what defines these highly successful people. Therefore, for you to share an attribute about those people that become successful, you must learn this art of focus. And what happens neurologically? The moment you are fully focused on the thing that you're doing, this is exactly what happens. For example, let's say you are learning a concept. And I'll go a little bit in biology, and you will forgive me if you get some technical words that you may not get so well. But inside your brain, there are some cells that are called oligodendrocyte cells. The moment you are fully present in the thing that you are handling, the oligodendrocyte cells becomes activated. And when they become activated, they produce something we call a myelin sheath. Okay, learning, this is how learning takes place. When one neuron connects with the other, you learn a concept. For that connection to be solid, or for that connection to be so strong, there is a myelin. It's like a cover. It is like some protection that forms on that connection, which makes now that particular concept that you have learned more compact or more permanent. Therefore, for oligodendrocyte cells to be activated so that the myelin sheath can form around the neuron that learning is taking place along, you must be focused 100%. The moment you are doing so many things, there's this concept that most people confuse. They say that we can always multitask. In fact, your brain does not know anything like multitasking. What your brain does when you say you're multitasking, it is just switching tasks from task A to task B. The moment you're doing something, let's say you are cooking and at the same time you are on your gadget, what is happening? Your attention moves from the cooking and then it goes to the gadget. Then from the gadget back to the cooking. And what happens? People that multitask can hardly filter out irrelevancy. That is why most of the time, when you look at these people that do a lot of multitasking, at the end of the day, they never come out with something quality. But for you to become so good that you cannot be ignored, you must decide on an area. You must decide that this is the thing that I'm willing to pay my whole life for. This is the thing that I'm going to center my effort around. And once you do that, you will become so good that the world will not be able to ignore you. But failure too, as long as you have so many things vying for your attention, as long as you have so many things that you are giving attention to, at the end of the day, a jack of all trades is hardly good at any. Therefore, I want to challenge you. Moving forward, can you decide on an area and you say, now this is the area that I want to be known for? This is the area, because the likes of people we hear so much, for example, when you talk of Bill Gates, automatically what comes to your mind, I don't even have to mention it, but the idea of the software and the idea of comes in. When you talk of Steve Jobs, for example, Steve Jobs, anytime you mention Steve Jobs, you don't even have to think about it. It's the Apple company that comes to mind. So these people decided that in as much as there were so many things they could be able to do, but they decided to focus their area, or they decided to focus their energy and their effort on a specific area. And out of that focus, they came out with so much. Therefore, all of us, be it a student, be it whichever level, be it a farmer, be it a teacher, be it whichever level of profession, if you decided that now I want to give my all to this particular thing that I'm doing, as you do that, you are going to really scale higher. And the only way you are going to grow, because what makes us human is growth. The moment you are continually growing and you are growing in a focused manner, you are going to grow. Let me maybe finish this by giving you this common analogy. We all understand the sun. The sun, when the rays are spread all over, the effect is not as much. But take a focusing lens. The moment you take a focusing lens, so that now that focusing lens directs the rays of sun to a specific thing, even if it's a paper, that paper will start burning. That, my listeners, is the power of focus, because once now the rays are directed on that particular spot, it will start burning. It is the same sun, but now what has happened is it is now focused on a specific area. So that tells us that if we focused our attention, if we focused our energy on the specific thing that we want to do, and then we are fully present, then at the end of the day, we are really going to achieve that. But for those who still feel that you can still multitask, there is this thing we call attention residue. Attention residue is where the moment you are moving your attention from one task to the other, what happens as you move from task A to task B, part of your attention is left on task A. So even as you're going to task B, you will not go to task B with your full attention, and you may not do it as much. Therefore, let us become fully, it is better, even if you wanted to do two things, just do one until you get it to completion and then get to the other one. You will realize that at the end of the day, you will become so efficient. You will realize that at the end of the day, you are going to do task A within a short time and with very quality output. And then as you go to task B, you're also going to do it in a very good way. Those that have met in my speaking engagements, we have confirmed, and they can confirm, that multitasking will never filter out irrelevancy. Now, for today, I want to thank you for tuning in once again, and I want to once again welcome you. If you find the content useful, we can still get in touch. Thank you. This is Kaizen, and goodbye until we meet again. Thank you.